1, 2, 1, 2. That should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Holy shit. There's this fucking dope song that, like, is playing. Alright. Yeah, it's my... Dude, like, once I have my rhythm, like, it's so quick for me to restart. Like, the reason why it's been so difficult... Hold on, let me just... The reason why it's so difficult for me to... Prior. The reason why it's been so difficult for me to restart streams up to like an hour is because I've been literally trying to figure out, like, what's the problem with my stream, dude. Like, why? And it's literally hardware. I think my hardware is just old, and I have to get a new capture card. I literally think it's just a capture card. Or the hardware from this company is just bad. I don't know. My setup is so good now. I have a footstool, and man, it makes sitting at my desk so much fucking better, dude. Like, I don't feel like I have to, like, hunch over anymore. I'm pretty sure everything nowadays is made with the intention of self-destructing after a few years. That's true. That's 100% true. Because the thing is, like, my capture card is at least 5 years old. At least. The fact that I've been holding out this long, and without, like, realizing that, like, for example, what happened with Apple when it came out, the debacle of when it came out that they throttled their battery life, and they didn't make an announcement until someone found out and blew up the topic, right? And then they had to make like, literally a PR statement that the intention is to make sure that the battery life is conserved and preserved, so performance is impacted in such a way that will facilitate that state. But if you spin it in another perspective, right, they are literally just trying to save their own asses. Right? It just comes down to perspective, but and like, it just so happens that one way or another, it looks like they're trying to fuck over the consumers. It sucks. It's like, there's only so much we could do, right? Like, once hardware starts to deteriorate, we have a choice to make. We have to make accommodations around the deterioration, or do we find it within ourselves to make the choice between upgrading or not. For me, I'm at the point where I do have to upgrade, or I restart my stream every hour, if that is what is going to transpire. That's just life. My phone is barely 2 years old and it's already lagging if I don't restart every few. That sucks. For me, with my phone, I forget how old it is. I just know that I've had it for at least 2 years. And for me, I'm like, I don't use it that much other than for Discord, to be real. Sometimes I use it for Instagram, sometimes I post up and bullshit, but like, that's really it. I'm lucky that I don't have to use my phone in such a capacity that would like compromise it. The less I use it, the more it gets preserved, at least in my honest opinion. I don't really do anything that's demanding, and there's never any resting states that will heavily demand it to facilitate a certain performance, right? This fucking playlist, like, I wish I could share this in terms of like the stream, but I can't because iOS doesn't allow local audio to get captured in stream. Privacy issues, which is good and bad. So that being said, this playlist that they are sending me into, it's a field of music that just fucking feels so good. I bought this phone because this processor is really good for games, it's not that expensive. And then Genshin came out and they could barely hold 30 FPS on lowest graphics. Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah. There's always gonna be a state of like performance in new iterations that will demand certain things.
Thank you. It's mine. Lampog,
Go away!
gotcha.
No fair!
I win. Huh? Whoa.
Nice one, Iago!
Way to go. Look behind you. Nice try, Bird Brain. Just
Good
wait
thing
till
I got this
Jafar's
PC
free.
though.
He's gonna make one beauty of a Heartless.
Genshin works way better on PC even though it was actually meant as a phone exclusive. Yeah, of course. There's so much going on in Genshin, like why not?
Al! It's been eons! Al, you princely little muffin, you! Cosmic travel can get so lonely without a friend. To think I left you forlorn and genieless! Oh, the humanity!
Genie?
Hey, Al, have you been putting on weight? Oh, of course, what am I saying? You're living at the palace now! Aladdin! Jasmine! I can just picture it. Wait, tell me, am I being a pest? Just a big blue pest? Oh, who cares, Al? I'm just so glad to see you!
Genie!
Oops.
I'll teach you to make a fool out of me.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Time for Plan B. I'm finishing you mugs off right now.
Okay, I finally got rid of the stupid bag that was connected to my doorknob of my closet. For the longest time, because I wasn't actually like here so wound up against the door, I used to I had a bag that like carried everything, and I just cut it off. And I don't, and it's a bag that I don't really use at all. And I think it's a pretty shitty bag, so I just decided to cut it, and I'll take care of whatever the fallout is later. I don't care. Fuck! I almost dropped my controller. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be just absolute dog shitting me. Like, what do you expect, cunt? Are you kidding me? What the fuck was that? Miho is a really cool and weird company. They seem to be the only ones making AAA games for mobile, but then they don't put the game on the Switch. I don't know. Maybe they just don't agree with the Switch's practices. And personally, I agree. I think the Switch and Nintendo are fucking annoying. They're such pieces of shit. But I have my contentions. They might not share the same contentions. Like, for me, I'm always gonna trash on Nintendo, no matter how good my childhood was because of them. I'm always gonna trash them because it's like, bro, like, just because you are so good in my era growing up, you are such an ass shittery tomfoolery fuckbod. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to just accept their tomfoolery, their stupid, shitty business practices? Like, no, they deserve criticism, and I'm criticizing them because I fucking love I love their concepts. Like, they need something to, they need criticism. But the thing is, they don't give a flying fuck. They know that, like, they're literally just dicking down their customers. They don't care. And it shows in their business practices. It shows in, like, how, it just shows. It shows because, like, the Pro Controller, no, the Joy-Cons are literally just still facing drift issues. Even with the lawsuit that, like, transpired, and I don't know what happened with that lawsuit. I wonder if the people just got fucking paid off to stop. Like, bro, it fucking blows. People keep saying that Nintendo doesn't want the game on Switch because it might affect sales. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense because it literally is Breath of the Wild, but for mobile. But gotcha. So, like, I get that perspective. It literally just comes down to business practices. Well, what are they going to support more? Their first party their first party titles or third party titles. What the fuck is going on? Why can't I use the fucking obstacles as a fucking way to block, dickwads? Oh yeah, they fixed drift recently? Really? Is it like consistent? Because it took them fucking over 2 years. For me, it's too little too late. I want to get the fuck away from Nintendo. They can suck my ass. Like, I literally got Hades on PS4 and Steam just so I can get the fuck away from using my, my Switch. How terrible is that? I will double dip, I'll even triple dip. I need to get the fuck away from Nintendo. It makes me so angry. Like, how are you so cumbersome, and how are you so, like, troubled in the fucking head as a corporate head? Like, bro, you gotta get the fuck out of there and stop being such a little pussy. Stop focusing on your goddamn profits and stop, like, being so fucking penny pinching. I'm not entirely sure it's on all models. Well, hoping for the best. Like, with the Steam Deck coming out, with the obviously we're not gonna have like obviously we're not gonna have games where like that are exclusive to Nintendo, right? They released some Skyward Sword Joy-Cons and apparently that doesn't have drift at all for now. I think the Switch will just be known for its stupidity. It's Joy-Con stupidity. And it will forever be a stereotype for that series. Because Nintendo decided to let that shit marinate. Like, Nintendo let that image build. That's their fucking fault. I'm just so glad that, like, I decided to get the fuck away from Nintendo. They're such complacent pieces of shit. Their concepts are good, which are their games. Their concepts are good, but holy shit, in application they are such asinine garbage. And I hate talking so much trash about them, man. Is it gonna be like the Wii where it's sold really well, but half of the games are just shovelware? I have no clue, man. I don't know. You seem to know more about this than I do, so like I can only trust your judgment. Like, I'm honestly just salty. Like, on the real. I'm probably just fucking salty that I wasted $300 plus on a system that just failed from the get-go. Everyone had a Wii, but it's slightly hard to find value in it nowadays because there's so much shit in it. Yeah. It sucks. It sucks, man. I'm just grinding a little bit. Farming a little bit. Just because, like, after that fight, I can tell that, like... I can tell that I don't think I'm strong enough. At least that's my honest opinion. I really don't think I'm strong enough to take on that battle yet. That that boss fight, so let me just grind a little bit. What are you up to, Decisive? Got any plans for today? Dude, I'm so hungry. I should have eaten something. What the fuck? Dude, suck a dick. If you're on PS4 or 5 and have Genshin Impact, you can unlock Ahoy from Horizon Zero Dawn. But holy shit, they made her so ugly. Yeah, I don't want to touch mobile games anymore. And I don't want to touch games like Genshin Impact anymore. I have a little bit too much, like, sinister feelings towards that genre and the genre it involves itself in, which is gacha. I just don't feel good about those games at all. I don't feel good from those games at all. I have sinister feelings simply because I played a game called Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and it just brings back a lot of bad memories. A lot of bad memories, and I'd rather not. Like, it's nothing against the genre itself, it's just I have bad memories involving the genre. And like the link and the associations and... Shut the fuck up, Donald.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't get it. It honestly is fun with friends though, since we all just grind together. Yeah. That's how it was with me in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Donald wasn't even talking. I know, dude. He just kept fucking jumping, fucking cunt ass. So, like, I get where you're coming from. Like, for us, for me and the squad that I ran with, in different iterations, we decided to enjoy raids and raid battles. That was how we could grind and shit outside of, like, story editions and story iterations and story episodes. But, like, the biggest problem is that, in my honest opinion, that wasn't enough. I enjoyed the camaraderie, don't get me wrong, but just grinding over and over again with no foreseeable end, and like the story just being sequential in such a way that we depend on releases at X amount per time waited with no determination on when they will be released, that sucks. And that was happening with Union Cross or Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key or Kingdom Hearts Key many a times. And I felt so led by the nose, which is another feeling that I don't like, because a lot of women in my life have done that, right? I was always led by the nose. I was always led on, and like that fucking blows. Like, it was just a lot of bad feelings that gacha was bringing forth, really bad feelings, and I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. There's so much drama that these motherfuckers were talking about in the Union Cross community, the Discord, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, get a fucking life. Like, you need to stop talking. You need to stop getting so involved with each other in this fucking field of mayhem and inclusion and in isolation. You guys need to stop being so isolated with each other in this stupidity that you guys talk about. There's so much competition and you guys hate each other. Like, why are you guys here? Like, get the fuck out. Genshin Impact is getting updates faster than we can do everything since Pro. Free to play. Nice. And it's like, bro, I respect games. Like, it sounds like Decisive. It sounds like you play a lot of games that you enjoy team working and team dynamic, which is awesome. I think that's really fucking cool. For me, I explained this before, and I'll bring it up again just to like dial it in. I enjoy games where I can just solo basis because that's how I run. I can't run a squad unless I have control over the squad, which isn't to say I want control over my teammates. I want control in the NPCs. That's why I enjoy this. Rather, it's not even control of the NPCs. They're literally just supporting me. That's how I set them up. In Final Fantasy 15, that's how I ran my squad. I wanted them to support me so I can fight well. That's why I like action RPGs so much. It's so fluid, so dynamic. Like, why wouldn't I want to take advantage of that? Honestly, I don't know how I like teamwork so much when I'm so shy in real life. I mean, does it... Okay, let me ask you this. Do you want friends? Do you want to connect with your friends? Do you like having friends? Those are the field of questions I want to ask you to understand. Because if you like having friends and you want to reach out to have friends, it doesn't matter how shy you are, man. It doesn't matter. You still have your desires, your intentions.
Let's go.
And it's like, do you also want to go out of your way to try and understand your friends? Do you want to try and go out of your way to understand how they operate? Like, there's so much that goes into, like, team games and how people proliferate in team games. There's so much going on. Because from what we've talked about, Decisive, and I'll get into, like just general stuff because I don't want to get into too many details because I respect your privacy and shit. It sounds like you're the person who prefers to support. That's exactly what you sound like. You prefer to support people, and that's okay. Like, you're just that type of person because of your upbringing. I do want to have friends, and I like the ones that I have, but I'm not able to socialize for long periods of time, man. I get too tired, man. Yeah, of course, I get fucking tired too. Like, for me, when I get tired, it isn't because I get too much energy spent from socializing. It's because, how do I say this? Or maybe it is. Maybe that really is that part of me that never changed from an introverted perspective, because I did start off as a very, very, very caged introvert. Like, I withheld a lot, and I always tried to bond with other people, but I always tired so easily. And for me, like, communication needs a lot of practice and energy, right? Like, for me personally, that's my understanding. It takes a lot of energy. Socializing, social energy, it demands so much. For me, that's why I have a tendency to chat via text more over Discord as opposed to like chatting via vocals. One, because I'm busy, and two, because dude, it takes so much fucking energy. If I want to socialize, I'll stream. I want to get that fucking energy out so I can just exhaust myself. And also, like, I stream because like it's therapeutic for me. I get to talk about shit that like I don't get to talk about with other people. And in this field of madness, in this field of like whatever, I get to really just expose everything about myself, because like for me, I want to feel vulnerable enough to the point where I can understand that like, holy shit, there's something wrong with me in like certain aspects. Like last week or a few days ago when I got my heart fucking ripped apart, I was like, this is what I've been avoiding for so fucking long. This is what I've been running away from for so fucking long. It wasn't that like she intentionally hurt me. She really opened the dam that like I've been building up over and over and over again. And I've just been running. I've been running away for so fucking long. And I'm so tired of it. I don't want to fucking hide anymore. I don't want to fucking run anymore. I'm tired. I just want to live life to the best of my ability, and I want to live life in the way that I see fit. And I'm so fucking tired of like people telling me to do what it is that they expect me to do. Like, shut the fuck up. Get away from me. Like, I got to the point where I'm so tired where if someone tells me that I need to fix something, I will kick them the fuck out of my life. I don't care. If people think they are my friend and they tell me to fix something about myself, I'm like, yo, you don't give a fuck about me. You don't care. You just want me to change for you. You want me to change for your benefit. And that is not being a friend. You are a fucking controlling, compulsive piece of shit. Those people I avoid like the fucking plague. Like, I want support that I want to give to other people. Don't fucking try and change me, dude. I've spent so much of my fucking life just living by other people's standards, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. I don't fucking care anymore. Just get the fuck away from me. Yo, Okay, so if I use reflect, I end them using reflect, it doubles the experience. Oh wow. In this case, it's better to use guard, because the reflect can send anything anywhere. In this case, the projectile can refract instead of reflect. Interesting. Very interesting. I wish I played this game back when I had a PS2. It's so good. It is so good. I'm so excited to like take you on this journey with me because you get to see all my struggles. You get to see like all my pain. You get to see all my anger. Like you get to see everything, and I'm like, bro, this whole thing is so fucking painful. The PS2 was actually my brother's, so I couldn't just buy whatever game I wanted. That's fair. For me, I couldn't. The set of shenanigans that I was involved with, where I was piggybacking off of my uncle's whatever he got, and it made a big difference for me. Like, video games are such a big part of my life, and video games literally helped configure and contribute and like facilitate the grounds of who I am. It's like people who, for example, they hated like baseball growing up, hated being on a team, right? And I'll even use a parallel example to my own after I finish that. It's like people who hated baseball and being on a team growing up, then they'll come back to it later in adulthood and like they'll just say, I still got it. Like, what the fuck? Like, didn't you hate this shit? And then for me, when I was part of the team growing up for track and field, I hated running. I fucking hate it. I came back later in life recently and I'm like, fuck, I miss running. I want to run again, but like my body's metabolism is destroying me. Like, it's my body went from metabolism, bad, slow metabolism, to fast, aggressive, and very destructive metabolism, hyper metabolism, in 8 weeks. 8 weeks of qualitatively good training that I customized and that I know is good. And it's like, fuck.
Thank you.
It's mine! Donald! Yeah. Give me the break!
Also, I'm like 90% sure these games for the PS2 didn't exist here because I've never seen a single one. This was a standard. We went to this like weird guy with a little shop and buy 3 games for around $10. Dude, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, people don't understand that, like, when corporations and business practices fucking forget about like people around the world, those people that are forgotten will find ways to just get whatever the fuck they want. They don't understand. These corporations and business practices live in a fucking glass bubble in their own fucking head. And then when people around the world who are forgotten start to tackle these people, these corporations, that glass bubble in their heads just fucking burst. And it's like, well, now we have to make another PR statement. Like, it's not about PR statements, dude. Like, get fucking real. I gotta check something.
mess with me for the last time, I'm gonna get you yet.
Yeah! All right! Hey.
Okay, let me check something. Desync and shit. One, two, 1, 2. It's not bad. It's weird because like literally after that generation, this just disappeared. Also, no one knew what a GameCube and Xbox were, and if someone said video game, 100% of the time meant PS3. Dude, if people don't know any better, they'll just keep doing like dumb shit. And like I get it. So
Oh, boo! Catch him! He must have secretly stolen it from the Cave of Wonders.
I guess some things are just hard to resist.
oh man, my back. Oh, my fucking back. Fuck me.
Sora, what is it?
I think it's time for us to go.
Bro, my chair sucks.
Will you be back?
We will. I promise.
Row, 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 row.
Maybe waiting isn't good enough.
My thoughts exactly. If you have a dream, don't wait. Act. One of life's little rules. You got it memorized?
are you?
Axel. I happen to be an acquaintance of Sora's. Why don't we go see him?
Sora?
Row, row. Row, 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 row. Row, 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 row. Row, row. Row, row. Row, row. Row, row, row.
We've got something in common, Kyrie. You and I both miss someone we care about. Hey, I feel like we're friends already.
You're not acting very friendly. Hey, what is this place?
You okay?
What?
You and that dog came flying out of a hole in the wall. You nearly gave us heart attacks.
That scene is very interesting because like the corridors of darkness is they are pathways utilized by vessels that are related to said corridors of darkness. So when corridors of light gets opened up, it's very interesting because that character that Kyrie saw is very important. The fact that a corridor of light was opened up by this person, very, very, very important. Because it goes to show that they are quite literally walking a path of twilight. And oh my god, their journey is so beautiful. It is such a beautiful journey that character that Kyrie saw is undergoing. They have walked a path of darkness for so long. And now they are walking a path of light. And sooner or later, they will walk a path of twilight. And it is such a beautiful story. It's so good. It's such a good story. And their arc, it is so beautiful. Yeah, but let me just fix my like how things are situated on my end. Dude, my back. Why does my back hurt so much? Okay. Okay. I am looking at concept art for Sora, and he was way smaller. Had a tall. Had a tall set of elf-like ears. Honestly, kind of weird. Fair enough. That is fair. I guess. A tail? Oh, sorry. Like, I think my eyes are literally getting worse as, like, time goes on. And, like, I's and L's are starting to blend together on the screen. And I probably have to fix that problem by just increasing the size. Like, hold on. If I just zoom in. Yeah, I literally have to zoom in at 150%. Like, let's say 100% is a base. I have to be at 150% to like see perfectly, and that sucks. Like, it goes to show that I'm aging. I'm only 26, and this is happening to me. This blows. Like, when I read your message, I literally thought it said tall. And I'm not even that far from the monitor. It's rough. Like, my age literally just showed there. My aging, rather. Maybe you should check your eyes. Eyesight is only about 8. I got my eyes checked out at the beginning of this year, January. Eyes don't degenerate just like that. Unless it's like something macular. But like, I have astigmatism. It's acute. I have acute astigmatism. Like, that's usually where like my problems come when it comes down to reading smaller text from a distance. It sucks. Like, usually, like, my astigmatism doesn't facilitate such shenanigans. However, I'm starting to realize as I get older, like, oh shit, like, this is actually affecting me. And astigmatism does, like, run in the family. I know one of my, at least my uncle, he deals with it to a slight degree. My right eye have always been shit. That sucks. No, oh, my eyes have always been shit. Right eyes, especially shit. That's rough, man. I'm sorry. But apparently there's some eye training exercises that I thought were really dumb, but they do seem to work for me. That's good. That is good. Why would I retry that cunt?
This is Halloween Town, right?
Well, it sure does look like Halloween.
Wow!
Hey, it's Zero. How have you been, boy?
All right. Okay. My vision is still not perfect, but has definitely improved. I'm glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. For me, mine has just been getting worse as time goes on. I'm literally legally blind. I have negative 4.0 and astigmatism, so one of them is worse. What do I do to my boy? They gave him a makeover.
What's that for?
It's Jack.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy! Welcome back! And Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas? Don't you mean Happy Halloween?
Of course! Halloween greetings from Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King! Forgive me, I'm in a Christmas mood. You see, I'm running the show again this year, but I need Sandy Claus' blessing, so I'm off to Christmas Town.
Sandy Claus?
I think he means Santa Claus.
Aren't these decorations wonderful? This year, Halloween Town's going to handle Christmas too. But first, we have to visit Sally. She's working on something no self-respecting Santa Claus can do without. Come along, I'll show you.
A Halloween Town Christmas. Want to go check it out?
Come on, hurry! Hello, Doctor. Where's Sally?
Can't you see that I'm in the middle of an experiment?
this is way too heavy.
Then let's toss it!
You do, and you'll be sorry. Now bring it over here.
Hee-haw!
Imbeciles! Now my experiment is ruined!
Sally, did you finish it? I want to show my good friends.
I'm sorry, Jack. I need a little bit more time.
Oh. Well, that's all right. Just as long as it's ready for Christmas.
But, Jack...
I'd best be off. I've got to go get Sandy Claus right away. Wonderful to see you again. Goodbye for now.
Go get Santa Claus.
Please, Sora. I'm afraid something terrible will happen if Jack goes through with this.
You can try that again.
Sora?
Are those strange-looking fellows in the town square with you?
Huh? What fellows?
You know, the ones who wanted to spoil Halloween and Christmas? What are they called again? Heartless?
They're definitely not with us. But Donald, Goofy, and I can get rid of them for you. And then we can go see Santa! But first, the Heartless!
Yeah. Okay. This movie scared me a lot as a kid. Ah. Interesting. Let me just double check. Alright. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's not bad for an hour in. Like, it's not bad at all. I need how many? Three more. Decisive. I don't know if I asked, but what is your plan for the rest of the day? Fuck. Ranker, what's up, my man? Wake the fuck up. Jesus Christ. How are you doing, man? No yawning aloud? I'm trying, man. I drank a little bit of Sunrise from Monster earlier today, and I'm just like, man, I think it just worked for the morning. My back is killing me. Like, it's all the physical exhaustion from my training, as well as, like, I think my chair just sucks. Doing good. I'm making a new mod pack. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it. What are the... If you would like to talk about it, what are the details? What is your goal with it? What are your parameters? What are your constraints?
Now hear this, you fiends! Leave Halloween Town at once, by order of the mayor! Jack, where are you? I'm only an elected official. I can't handle this by myself. Jack!
We're on it.
This one is a Fabric 1.17 mod pack. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah. So I see that a lot. Fabric and Forge. It's a nice exploration mod pack, honestly, with tech. Nice. That's sick. That is awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring forth. Like, it sucks that, like, I think I was talking about this with... No, I don't think I was talking about it. I think I was just responding. I think I responded to Jamie about this. I was like, dude, like, you put in so much, like, work. Know that, like, we appreciate this. And, like, it doesn't seem like people publicly convey their appreciation. And, like, I think Jamie does deserve, like, validation. I think people in general, like, oh, Jesus Christ. Holistically speaking, they just want to take time to enjoy and lose themselves and escape for a little bit. And, like, I think they just forget to express their appreciation and gratitude. So it happens. But, I don't play Minecraft all that often. Like, for me, when I played, the last time I played, I literally got baked. Like, baked as fuck. And that's when I played. And I got lost for a day. Like, literally lost. The shit I built was so stupid. I literally was, like, setting up pillars, like, outposts all around the village. So that, like, there was a way if we had to... Like, Jamie, she already set up, like, lanterns all over the village at the time. And what I did was I set up outposts outside of those lanterns. It's just so, like, to have scout posts in a way that, like, if there are enemies around, we have posts that can easily allow for people to maneuver from area to area around the perimeter, if that makes sense. I think Jamie remembers that if you want to, like, ask about that, but that's from what I remember. Sounds like too much work for me. Yeah. But I was baked as shit, so, like, I didn't even realize how much time I was investing into it that day. Like, I literally spent 12 hours just making outposts.
Who's that? Some old hag?
Silence.
A witch?
Perhaps you three could be of use to me. Come along, all of you. I'll show you the true meaning of mischief.
All right, bodyguards. Christmas Town is this way. The doorway is in the woods just past the graveyard.
Oh, Ranker, let me VIP you, actually. Especially considering how, like, you let me into your work and shit. and like your vision and shit, and like we're working together on a project and whatnot, dude. Like, there's just no way I can't like moderate you. I mean, not moderate you, VIP you. Moderation. Where is it? Where is it? Stream. Roles manager, there we go. Add new. Then VIP. Alright, cool. Enjoy your VIP. Dude, I'm learning Chinese, and this language is just so amazing. Explain, Decisive. I want to understand what your perspective is and like what undulating processes you are going through. Oh, there it is. No VIP. Jesus. The way it combines two characters with their own separate meaning to create. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That makes sense. I wish I can like find a way to facilitate that greater understanding. I'm thinking about Norse. I'm thinking about the Scandinavian languages. I'm thinking about the love languages that derive from Latin, namely Spanish, Italian, French. I'm thinking about all those different languages, and I'm thinking about the bastardized version of American English. There's also Canadian English. There is UK English. It's really interesting, like really interesting. Like the variable statement that you're talking about right here, it is literally just linguistics. It's so interesting. Like I understand where you're coming from. I'm pretty sure the details are missing in what I'm saying, because like specifically which each iteration of linguistics, particularly in this case that you're talking about, Chinese, there's always going to be facets and details that like are never going to be covered by the variable statement. And it's interesting to see what you're talking about and what realization that you're facilitating and what understanding that you are compounding. It's cool that like you're undulating in this field of learning. It's really cool, and I really want to like see your progress with it. If you want, like, please share your progress with us in the Freddy server, because I do want to see your progress. I'm such a fucking idiot. Where am I supposed to go? So like, my problem with summons is that I've dropped both members. I'm not trying to do that. The only members I want to drop both at the same time is Master and Final Form. Like, I like fighting with a teammate, and if I'm gonna drop both of them, I don't want to drop both for a singular teammate. I want to drop both of them so they can support me in a new form. Like, linguistics is a very fascinating field of topics. It's just such a huge field of significance. And if we really want to like break it down in such a way that like we're breaking down the semantics and well, quite literally like the variable phonetics of linguistics, like we look at the cross-sectional history and time and place of all these undulating pieces of history. Linguistics is literally history, vocal history, and it's so fucking interesting. Like if we look at Scandinavian era, it brought fruition. How would I say this? It facilitated the fruition of languages such as Swedish, Icelandic. What else? Icelandic, Swedish, Danish. I can't remember. There's so many. Basically, in the Scandinavian era, it facilitated so many different languages that just came forth. It is very interesting, that whole era. And for me, because I'm like very in love with Norse mythology, it kind of forced me to look at things from the perspective of Scandinavians at the time who were involved in Norse mythology and Norse beliefs. Eventually things changed to the point where, I think it was roughly the 9th century, it became more profitable for Christianity to be supported. And that's when the paradigm shift and Norse mythology died down, because it was just more profitable to go into Christianity. It was the paradigm that was being spun. It was a paradigm being the most attractive to people because it gave the idea that, like, why do we have to believe in so many different gods? Why do we have to believe in so many different entities and deities? We want stability. We won't want to hear stories about all these people who are such, like, questionable characters. We want to feel resonance with the idea that there's going to be a heaven. We want to feel resonance that there is a hell that we're supposed to avoid, right? In its theoretical grounds of facilitating these stories and moralities and lessons, I understand why Christianity became as powerful as it did and started to partition itself into many different facets, such as Greek Orthodox, Catholicism, as well as, like, dude, there's so many. It's so insane. I can't even, like, fathom how many different branches of Christianity and Catholicism there are. It's just way too much. It's way too much for me to keep track of. But in the 9th century, with Norse in particular, I think in, like, Denmark, and probably other Scandinavian areas, it just became way more profitable to start moving towards Christianity. And I hate that I'm using the term profitable. It just doesn't feel good. But it's literally what drove the progress of Christianity. It just became more profitable. And, like, is it wrong for profitability as well as greed and capitalism in a way to drive forward the perils and chains as well as facilitation of progress? I don't think so necessarily. It just comes down to intention, and with any sort of medium and, like, a volatile set of progress, there is always going to be a perilous set of grounds where there will be fallen and there will be forgotten. And people need to understand that there is no formidable intention for good-hearted people to act as though that what they are doing from a place of good-hearted measure is never going to have a certain fallout, if that makes sense. That character and this character, young and naive, when put together, is childish. It's literally mathematical linguistics. It's so interesting. It is so interesting, dude. Yeah, it's cool. It's so interesting. When we break down certain linguistics and the way that they add together in terms of origins, conjugations, and like semantics and phonetic dismantles, or the dismantling process of certain phonetics and semantics, it's so fucking cool. It's so cool to see how things lead to that leads to there leads to here. It's so interesting. And how our compounding history of linguistics will reference many different cultures and many different facets of history. It is so fucking cool. Like, the history of our world is so ridden with, like, shenanigans. But in the grand scheme of things, if we look at the positive, the beauty that has been brought into fruition is just magnanimous. And it's sad that, like, many of the world don't really believe in the realm of, like, scientific history. Because in the realm of scientific history, just strictly in the Earth, we have phases of what is called the 5 mass extinctions. I can't remember much because I've read it so long ago, and, like, I don't brush up on the knowledge. I don't talk with anyone about the 5 mass extinctions too much. I learned about the 5 mass extinctions through the game called Death Stranding. Hideo Kojima, fucking genius. He is a genius, and he is... The fact that he is able to talk about the 5 mass extinctions, the history of Earth, the history of the universe through referencing the Big Bang, and then referencing, like, a cataclysmic explosion of another Big Bang, because in the time frame of, like, the beach thing starting to come forth, and, like, human touch with the other side, the other world, will cause forth this cataclysmic explosion where the souls of the dead aren't supposed to meet with the vessels of the living. There is this cataclysmic interaction, and long story short, because I don't want to, like, get too much of it since I'm playing Kingdom Hearts, which also talks about the soul, the body, the mind, or the heart, the body, and the mind. Death Stranding has a beautiful interpretation of the soul, the body, the mind, and the soul in actually no, the soul can sometimes facilitate the grounds of which people will stand on inside themselves. In the realm of Death Stranding, that is the beach. Everyone has a beach. For me, there is the beach, but there is also the field. And for me, it is the battlefield. That is my soul. That is the soul that thrives within me. There is a battlefield inside of my soul. And people don't understand that. They don't understand why I keep talking about war. They don't understand that, like, why do you keep talking about fighting? Why are you talking about being angry? Like, I'm sorry. Like, there is literally a battlefield inside of my soul. And I'm trying to escape from the battlefield so I can come back to the beach. I'm trying to just come back home. Every language has those stupid rules that make no fucking sense at all. Yeah, rules can be just shenanigans. To me, the king of stupid rules will always be Portuguese. There is just so much dumb, stupid shit that all connects to each other with grammar and stuff. Yeah. I can't really attest to that, but because I haven't really learned any Portuguese, the only thing I came close to touching in that realm, and it's not even Portuguese, it's just, again, derivative of, like, the parent language Latin. I came in touch with Spanish and Italian. More in touch with more experience in terms of conceptual learning. I learned from 11 all the way up to the age of 15, 5 years of Spanish. But I don't remember much because I didn't get to use it. I took Italian when I was 23. I'm 26 now, right? 2021 minus 3. Yeah, I took Italian when I was 23. And it was only Italian 1. But dude, I fucking loved Italian 1. It was so fun. like, God, what was it? So in Italian, there's something called a panino, and like Panera seems to be heavily influenced by Italian culture, as well as French culture, and many different facets of like different cultures. So there are many different shops that will call forth the idea of using and utilizing and creating and crafting what's called paninis. But in Italian culture, it's called a panino because that is a singular item of bread or a sandwich. In this case, a sandwich. It's a sandwich. So when people are talking about getting a panini from Panera, they're not saying I'm getting sandwiches. They're saying I'm getting a sandwich. So it's, in all technicality, they're supposed to be saying I'm getting a panino, right? But stuff like that. And then another case, just another simple term. A singular item of spaghetti is spaghetto, right? The reason why we say spaghetti and it is okay to continuously refer to it as spaghetti is because we're never usually eating one singular strand of spaghetti. We're never just having spaghetto. We're having spaghetti. Stuff like that. Linguistics is so fucking fun. I just don't have the time. I literally just don't have the time and energy. And I don't have people to talk about that shit with. Like, I don't know many Italians who are willing to entertain a fucking broken ass Italian speaking motherfucker. And I don't know any Spaniards who are willing to... Actually, I don't even know, like, what kind of Spanish I learned. Is it Spain Spanish or, like, Mexican Spanish? I don't know. I forgot. All I remember is that we don't, in the Spanish that I learned, we learned not to use vosotros. For whatever reason, vosotros was like, we were heavily conditioned to not use it anymore. I don't remember why. We use nos. We use nosotros as we, but I don't know why we don't use vosotros. I forgot. It's been so long. I'm 26. Dude, it's been 10 years. It's been a decade since I, like, really talked about this shit.
Here it is, the door to Christmastown. The spooks of Halloween can get so tiresome year after year. I wanted something new, and I found this. Beyond this door is a world filled with wonders the likes of which you've never seen. At first, I couldn't believe my eyes. Everything was so fresh and exciting.
Come on, just open it. Cool.
In his workshop. Shall we? Ooh.
Okay. Dude, like, one of my homies is playing a fucking song in the playlist. It has this fucking sexy ass vibe to it, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we listening to? This shit sounds so fucking good. Like, I can literally visualize, like, the people in this song, how they can choreograph, and it's just so fucking good. It is so good. Like, there's just certain aspects of, like, songs that give up such a fucking, like, sexy vibe. And it isn't even talking about, like, sex. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, this is nutty. Well, it's also, this song was, like, in another language, so I don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. Garnet? Garmith Ori? Garmith Ori? Garmith Ori? What do I want? I want Ori. Suck a dick. I literally wasted my shit. Fuck you. Abilities. One of the troublesome parts of living on a main road is that everyone is speeding by, and like people, like these motherfuckers, they have nothing better to do than like drive their bullshit ass cars, their muscle cars, their sports cars, and they just fucking just make noise. I'm like, bro, stop it. Get help. Oh, so this is the strength version of Myth. Got it. Got it. And I kind of understand the mythos behind it, because with Myth, it's supposed to give a mythical sort of aspect. So why not why not bind magic onto the mythical aspect of a mithril ring? I get it. Okay, that's fair. That is completely fair. Okay. Let me check. One, two, one, two, one, two. There is a slight delay. Alright, I'm gonna take a break, as in like I'm gonna end this stream and I'll come back later with some Death Stranding. So let's run it, let's end it, and let's run it again. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Decisive, thank you for spending time here. Ranker, if you're still here, thank you for swinging by. And I'll be back later, I think. Dude, it's only 2? Nearly 3? What the fuck? Okay, I'll be back later. I don't know when, but I'll be back later. Alright, see you guys. Thanks for swinging by.